Hello, friends. Welcome. Moses here, and today I'd like to talk about FireBird's Archon Wizard. That's right, not Veer's Archon, but FireBird's Archon. And we're going to talk about group and solo build for both pushing and XP farming. Season 6 started. This is day 2. I want to rush back into the grind, so we'll try and make this quick and go through everything. So stay with me. Archon. I want to say first something needs to be said. This is the worst Archon build I've ever seen throughout the years of this game being live. I've been, you guys know, playing Wizard for thousands of hours since release. Just this character. I've been playing, I've played Wizard just on this account. Not including PTR, Reaper of Soul Beta, that I played for months and months and months. I'm, OG Wizard, almost 3K hours since the game started. That's a lot. A little bit on Monk too. Anyways, just on this account. And this is the worst possible ever Archon Wizard experience I've ever had. Having that said, we can start with the video guide. You want to know why? Come to the stream, check the build out. It's broken. It's just not, it shouldn't be on live servers, but somehow it got into the live servers. I don't know how. It's here. Let's talk about the build. So, Archon. As always, you want to stack a lot of cooldown reduction, especially since you don't have Veer's 6-piece that gives you all runes, or 4-piece that gives you all runes on Archon. You will be using Teleport. For mobility, Teleport is an arcane damage dealer, so you will want arcane on your gear. But since we're running with FireBird's, right? Since we're running with FireBird's, we'd like to burn stuff so that we'll get the bonus damage to all of our abilities, right? The 6-piece now gives us 40% increased damage for each burning enemy, right? Burning enemies need to take 3000% weapon damage in order to start burning, and that boosts our damage by 40%. In addition, we're going to need to burn some elites in order to get a 2000% damage bonus per elite. Stacks up to 1 time. So you can only have 1 elite burning, and you can only have 60 enemies burning. So 60 times 40 plus 2000, that's a lot of damage. And that's that's the build. So in order to start burning stuff, we'll use Shantotos, right? We'll use Shantotos to expel that fiery wave of destruction, dealing 350% weapon damage to enemies within 30 yards. That big burning flaming thing, right? Good stuff. So in order to do that, this will stack 20 times. This will stack 20 times, depends on how much channeling you'll be able to gather on enemies. Basically, in order to have enemies burn within 1 wave of destruction, you need to have like about 8-9 stacks. Something like that will guarantee 1 wave of destruction, boom, burning enemies, boom, damage increase. So you'll need to teleport around, you'll need to burn as many enemies as possible, and make sure that you have an elite burning in order to actually do damage, because the elite 2000%, that's a lot. So how do we make enemies burn with Shantotos? Why is this wave of destruction fiery? The reason is very, very simple. We have fire damage on your gear, and we make sure to have more fire damage than we have arcane damage, right? The arcane will buff the actual Archon. The fire will trigger the Shantotos to select fire and then burn enemies. Make sense? Absolutely. Optimally, you'd like to have 20% fire on bracers and 19% on the amulet. Unfortunately for me, I got my endgame amulet that didn't roll crit chance, so I had to roll off something there. I kept the intelligence. It's ancient. Rip. Anyways, but yeah, this is absolutely, I mean, day 2 of the season, and I'm exhausted. I haven't been sleeping much, obviously. Fazula's build was changed again. back to up to 50 Archon stacks, 40 to 50 Archon stacks. So as soon as you pop Archon, you'll have 40 stacks. But the unfortunate thing is that you're not going to have the Archon bonus to give you stacks per, Archon abilities, and you'll actually have to kill enemies in order to get more stacks and get more powerful. In the cube, we have still the Crown Prime. What is this? Of course not, silly Moses. This Swami that gives us. How did I do Greater Rift 80 with this? I don't know. Anyways, the Swami will give you something. Oh yeah, it will maintain the Archon stacks 20 seconds after Archon is over. So you'll keep the stack. You get to keep the stacks as you're dropping cooldown with the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac will drop the cooldown per enemies hit and all that. So for that we use the Static Discharge. There's no reason to use Flame Ward. It won't keep you alive. Okay, I tried. It's not doing anything. So and it does proc a whole lot less Arcane Power and Crit that you'll need to maintain your Arcane Power in order to keep channeling, in order to drop your cooldowns faster on Archon, and of course the Obsidian Ring. So both of these will proc a whole lot more with just Static Discharge. So keep going with Lightning. When it comes to the magic weapon, here we use Deflection for the shields. It doesn't help. They don't help, but it's something. All those little things. Safe Passage does not help, but it's something. Halo of Arlis and Crystallized Ancient Parthen Defenders, Holy Trifecta thing going. Doesn't help. You still die. Maybe with 12% I'll stay alive a little bit more, but I mean, it's retarded. The idea is to run around, move around, and teleport around so that you have a lot of enemies around you all the time to get a damage reduction from APDs. That's the idea. As well as Orb of Infinite Depth for the damage reduction while not in Archon form, because you will die a lot, and when you have this on 4 stacks, this actually does help keep you alive. So all those little things, they don't feel like they're helping, but I feel like the final thing that closes the deal when it comes to damage reduction is the Orb of Infinite Depth. If I could, if I was able to sustain, if toughness had meaning, then I would use here Furnace or something else. I don't know, Aether Walker or something, but yeah. It doesn't. So Orb of Infinite Depth for the damage reduction. Explosive Blast while not in Archon form. It's extremely quick when you're stacking a lot of cooldown reduction. My cooldown reduction is about 60%. You want cooldown every single piece of gear. Every single piece of gear you want to have cooldown if possible. So of course you're going to run cooldown reduction on the helm. You'll try to get cooldown reduction, Arcane Power and Crit on the offhand. Ran out of materials. Basically I want armor here and then Paragon points on movement speed. I could re-roll that again, and that's it. That's pretty much it. When it comes to the group build, things will remain the same. The only changes will be that instead of Hail of Arlis, you'll use Convention of Elements, right? Of course, the Obsidian Rings should be cubed, but I did not find a good Hail of Arlis, so I just rather use, attack speed, crit chance, cooldown reduction, all these 3 rolls, and then just roll off the, resource cost reduction for a socket. That's the only reason. But it's just the beginning of the season. I need to have something. Obviously, you'll need a good Hail of Arlis here. Crit chance, crit damage. All the good stuff. Obsidian Rings cannot roll crit damage, but you'll need crit chance, crit damage, socket, and cooldown reduction. This will be a perfect roll for solo pushing and game season stuff. So there you go. This is the build for the solo. Again, for the group, you'll need the only changes will be you'll need Convention of Elements instead of Halo. Barbarians will freeze stuff around you, and stun stuff around you. So you'll still get the bonus from Ancient Parthen Defender's damage reduction, so you don't need to proc it yourselves. And also, instead of ice armor with Crystallize, you'll be using energy armor with Force armor. So this is the group setup. That's pretty much it. When it comes to legendary gems, of course you want Stricken, you want combo sword is just disgusting, but hey, you know, it's got cooldown reduction and crit and area damage hype. So you want Venom Trapped, you want Stricken, and you want Gogok of Swiftness. That was now changed, gives you some dodge chance. It doesn't matter too much, because, you know, you die so much. Just a terrible experience without the Archon stacks. Just not a fun build to play. Very much. Because, like, you keep dying. You either one-shotting stuff or stuff is one-shotting you. Either way, friends, this is the build. Solo, this build will go very far. It will exceed 100 for sure. In just a few days, you're going to start seeing it on the leaderboards. For groups, this build is very good for speed 85s, up to speed 85s, 90s, depending on your gear. But for pushing, the twisters will do more damage. So you'll need 3 wizards builds this season. You'll need the Permablast, you'll need, well, technically 4, but like Firebird, you're going to use the same gear, right? So you'll need the Permablast as a wizard for speed farming. Guides from the last season, no need to update. Same stuff, only better because of Talrasha's buff. You'll need the Firebird Archon for speed farming 85s, 80s, you know, 75s with a group. It's really good. Just melt stuff super quickly. And you'll need the Twisters. Yeah, you need this for solo as well, and you need the twisters for Greater Rift, high Greater Rift pushing. It has more damage potential than the Firebird that will stop at some point being efficient, and twisters will come into play. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know it was pretty long, but yeah, I gotta head back to grinding. It's season 6 and it's day 2 and I just woke up. Damn. Good times. Thank you for watching. See you guys on stream. Come watch the stream. Hang out. Bye bye.